Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from Fountain Pen World. And today, yes, I'm a little bit proud to present the new Sheaffer Legacy. Maybe you know or you have heard that Sheaffer was a few years ago bought by William Penn Private Limited in India, Bangalore, from I think BIC, Big in France. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, this Indian company, which is well known in the Indian market for high-end fountain pens, imported high-end fountain pens, and they are operating a lot of shops inside India. They are very successful. The owner of that company is called Nikhil Ranjan. He bought the Sheaffer brand and promised at the same time that he wants to bring back this well-known brand, which is existing more than 100 years already, originally founded in Iowa in Fort Madison by William A. Sheaffer, and they were a dominant player in the 20s and 30s, maybe the 40s as well. They continued in the 50s and 60s. They brought the famous Inlay nib to the market, and Mr. Ranjan promised that he and his team wants to bring back this brand to its former glory. Well, in the meantime, since they acquired the brand, they issued some fountain pen models which were not so attractive to me. I was still hesitating, simply because, number one, the production stays in China, and the prices are quite steep, quite high. And I always, when it comes to Chinese products, I always have that habit to say and think automatically low quality, and nowadays raising prices. But Sheaffer, this fountain pen, the Legacy model, proved me wrong. I have to say that very clearly. And I am happy that I pulled the trigger. Why did I buy? Because after a long time of pondering and thinking, I thought that a life without a fountain pen sporting no inlay nib is possible, but maybe useless and senseless. Well, no, that's not true, but this inlay nib is really something to consider. If you don't have such a fountain pen, maybe a so-called vintage pen from Sheaffer or from Waterman, it is worth to consider. But we will come to this later. First of all, the package. Already something for the upper class. Here's the box, quite nice. Open. Inside, I think Sheaffer, you can see that. A leather sleeve, really leather. You can smell it, and it reveals the fountain pen itself. This is the Sheaffer Legacy. Let's go and improve the zoom. Wow. Already here you can see it's a nice how to say, it's a nice design. It is the original design from Sheaffer, from the, I don't know, 1950s, 1960s. There is the famous white dot, which was a lifetime warranty. Nowadays, lifetime warranties aren't available any longer, mostly because sometimes the lawmakers insisted that a lifetime warranty is not possible any longer. So you see, you can take out, and then you have a leaflet and a card. The leaflet shows the warranty. So yeah, here it is, the warranty card by William Penn Private Limited. And in addition, which I took out already, 2 cartridges came, and of course the proprietary cartridge, converter, sorry. So here, this leather pouch is really something, a very nice adder. You can see here Sheaffer, established 1913, well stitched, and timeless innovation. A timeless innovation. Well, okay. Enough about the packaging. Normally I would say, or normally I'm saying, I'm not collecting boxes, but this box, of course, I will keep. Like, for example, my Delta boxes, my Nettuno boxes, and. So let me put this back and get it a little bit more in order on my table, because there's already too much on the table. And get me my tableau. So putting the pen here. It's a, what is it? Push on, push off cap. And of course, so. Let's see here now. Here is the famous Inlay nib. Oh, come on, focus. Be nice. Just increasing the focus to 2 to show its whole glory. Very, very nice. Very nice. Unscrewing it, the barrel from the grip section, and it reveals the Sheaffer converter. You see here also special, and does it mention Sheaffer? Not sure. Let me have a look. No, it doesn't mention Sheaffer, but that is not necessary. The whole thing is sturdy. This converter is sturdy, and the material of the fountain pen is also very, very, very sturdy. It is brass, and so let me get back It is brass and lacquered, glossy black lacquer on it, very well made, absolutely fantastic. And that proves that Chinese companies are also able to bring quality to the market. Not only junk at overpriced prices, as we all see too many times on AliExpress, but this fountain pen here, made in China, is really something very well done, very well processed. The clip, okay, you see, and here it's well operating. There is a click, the clip with the white dot. A nice size, a nice design. A little, not stiff. I think it is spring-loaded here somehow, but the spring is maybe a little bit short. But anyway, it's operating very, very well. It's not stiff or something like this. It is usable, very good. The very large center band shows, what does it show? Of course, Sheaffer Legacy, no, only Sheaffer. That's it. Is there a cap liner? Let's get some light. Of course there is a cap liner, and I think I can say that the cap liner already starts here, around here, where my thumbnail is. That's also, I mean, I had absolutely no problems with drying out or something like this. I left this fountain pen in upright position for 24 hours and absolutely no hard starts, nothing. The nib is an Inlay nib, as I said, and it comes in M. I saw from Appelboom, the distributor from the Netherlands, well known, of course, very good reputation. I saw that they also offered an EF nib or F nib. I'm not quite sure, but this is an M. And the story buying it, that was again something, a little bit of an adventure. Just let me tell it. I'm living in Thailand, as you know. Thailand, well, there are specialties, and with regard to fountain pens, it's a desert, absolutely. So if you want to have something, well, for you normal, in the States or in Europe or whatever, for me it is always importing, means additional quite steep transportation fees and customs and VAT. You may say, well, Thailand's VAT and customs are much less than, for example, in the US or in Europe. You are right. But anyway, I have a different opinion about free markets. But anyway, this is political, and we don't want to go into that too much. So I checked the internet how to get hold of this fountain pen, and to my big disappointment, I found the fountain pen on William Pen Net in India, only at a price of $186, I think, but only for Indian customers, free of shipping. Then I found another website, also operated by William Penn, but it's mentioned Sheaffer.com, and they are selling international. They are also selling, they are also doing free shipments when your order reaches more than $150 or $150 and up. So I was happy. The price was higher, but I could get a discount code, WRITE10, WRITE 10, and I put this in. Everything fine. Then I put in my address. Thailand. No, we do not. Sorry, we do not ship to your destination. Why? Because they haven't distributor in Thailand, DHAS. Well, I know this company from online sales platforms, Lazada, Shopee. The only thing is, these people have 40% higher prices. Well, Chinese operated, of course. And they only sell ballpoints. You can get some Sheaffer, not all of the models, but you can get some Sheaffer at 40% adder in Thai baht, and I'm not interested. So I thought, well, look at Amazon, look at Appelboom. But honestly, the prices on Amazon and eBay and some people there who are offering crazy, absolutely crazy, plus absolutely crazy shipping cost. And of course, all these products were already, there was already paid the import customs duty for the US or for Europe. So why do I pay for European customs and for American customs, and then I have to pay again for Thailand? Thinking, and I was, finally I got the idea to contact a very nice Indian gentleman who has his own blog, Inked Happiness. And he also does from time to time videos, and he is promoting a lot of Indian pens, and I got a lot of knowledge about Indian pens due to his work. So I don't know him personally, but from time to time I am commenting to some of his videos. We had sometimes nice exchange of thoughts, and I contacted him because I knew that he knows Mr. Nikhil Ranjan personally. And I told him the story and asked him if he could reach out to Mr. Ranjan and let him know about this disaster, not being able to buy directly from India. He did. Mr. Ranjan reached out to me. I mean, he is the boss, but he reached out to me personally, copying some of his directors, some of his management, and asked me, do you want? We make it possible. Yes. So I did the order, everything went smooth, I paid, and without PayPal. By the way, I don't use PayPal any longer after that disaster with hacked accounts in Germany happened 1 month ago. And the only thing PayPal did was playing it down. Thank you very much for that. And the second thing is I do not pay 5% adder on the bank exchange rates just because it's PayPal. So that means also a lot of Indian fountain pens, for example from Indian artisans, are out of reach for me, simply because they insist on PayPal, and I don't do that any longer. I'm really sorry for that, but there is a limit to me. So that's the story, how I got hold of this marvelous fountain pen. Does it pay off? I mean, in the end, I paid $230. That's quite a lot for a Chinese fountain pen, for a China-made fountain pen. But I have to say, the work Mr. Ranjan did, keeping the quality or bringing the quality up, yes, it pays off. So, let me get some details. Capped, it is 137.3 millimeters and 43 grams uninked at 1 gram for 1 milliliter ink. Uncapped, 119.1 millimeter. And yeah, it's enough. It's 26 gram, also uninked. Posting, not really possible. It would be recommended, to be honest, to make it a little bit larger, for larger hands, but unfortunately it doesn't post securely. But when posted, it's 155 millimeters. The grip section here is where I keep it now, is 10.6 millimeters. So it's a snap-on cap, it's an inlay nib, steel, M. The material is brass, and it's black glossy lacquered. Very well made, absolutely well made. No problems with that. Time for a writing sample. So let's go to 2. What's that? Well, this time I'm using Rhodia paper. By the way, with this notebook here, let's go back. With this notebook here from China, the paper is really also very good. Absolutely very good. It doesn't reach Rhodia, the quality of Rhodia, but it is a great paper for a Chinese brand. It's not coated, but it is thick and no shining through. That's good. So come on here now. Oh, Sheaffer. No. Yeah, that was me. Writing under the camera, you know, my old problem. Because I'm short-eyed, I'm heavily short-eyed. Sheaffer Legacy. Downstrokes. Upstrokes. What happens? Is this me? Because yeah, this is me. I have to pay attention that I bring the nib down on the paper in the correct way. And a couple of figure eights. And the word? Oh, what? Reverse writing? Yes, it does. Very small lines, maybe in the range of double extra fine, so accountant nib, I would say. I think 0.3 millimeters. And here it is in the range of F to M. It's very smooth. Very smooth. Not scratchy. You hear nothing. Also on other papers, on not so fountain pen friendly paper, the nib is absolutely excellent. It's absolutely excellent. And again, here you see with this nib, I mean, made in China, they are able to produce good nibs. They are able to polish them afterwards. They are able to do a Q and quality control, a decent quality control. But it depends at what price they are going to sell their fountain pens. What market they are targeting, what part of the market they are targeting, and here it is clearly the upper level of the fountain pen market. I mean, yeah, the price is steep, $230. But honestly, I do not regret having bought this fountain pen. It is so sturdy, so it gives me such a satisfying feeling when I have it in my hands. Writing with it is really fun. I mean, I do not know if all the fairy tales and marketing chatter about the Inlay nib is really true. But one thing is true. I like to write with this nib. It is fun. It is really fun. It is smooth. It is great. So, no, I do not regret having bought this fountain pen, even at this price. I know I could have gotten hold of a decent phosphor pen from India, from an artisan. The point only with this artisan is he has a long delivery list. Delivery times of up to 3 or 4 months, maybe for some special fountain pens, commissioned fountain pens, you can wait for a year, 1.5 years. And, paying in advance, PayPal, and then waiting. No, I don't have the patience, honestly. I know these fountain pens are top, and it might be worth to wait for them. But yeah, if you are like me, not patient at all, forget it. In addition, and now I just had to stop because I wanted to show you another topic, the Hong Dian A10 wood with the magnetic clip. Ooh, I like that. In my review about this fountain pen a few days ago, I mentioned that the original nib, this is the original nib, only I did a rework. Let me see, can I, yeah, I mean the nib is nice. Look at the engraving or what it is. Yeah, here it comes. The nib is really nice. Gold colored, nice engravings. However, the original nib F was not really very well. It wasn't smooth. It was scratchy. Of course, treating a scratchy nib is not a secret. But my idea was from the beginning, change it or swap the nibs anyhow and bring a Mahjong 1.1 stub. The idea is great. It took me some time to find out that with this, come on, with this feet, yeah, with this plastic feet, that won't work. This plastic feet is a little bit thicker than other feet from Hong Dian, especially for the 1866 wood. And I got some replacement nibs in black units, and I changed the nib, the black nib with the Mahjong nib. It behaved better, but it still was a gusher, a fire hose, which has also to do something with the weather here. Suddenly the air pressure raised from 1005 millibar, 1004 up to 1012, and that has also an influence to ink flow. And I didn't. I see this with many other of my fountain pens, inked up fountain pens, which I have at my desk. So, but what I did, because I wasn't really happy with the very high ink flow with this Mahjong 1.1 stub. So I finally said, okay, give it a shot, give it a try. Where is my loop? So I hope I can show you. Of course not. Oh, the camera. Why don't you do what I want? No, that doesn't work. Maybe you can see it here. I flattened the nib tip. I didn't cut off the whole round tip, but I just flattened it with a Dremel tool on here on this side, and of course at the nib tip. And let me show you the results. Hong Dian. It's not scratchy, but it has a little bit of feedback. So this is the original F nib. Regrind to flat nib tip, sorry. Angle, high angle, the normal angle. And the low angle. Unfortunately, so far I couldn't get a real italic. Maybe I have to do slowly, time by time, sometimes a few strokes here and there to get it more italic, but I'm quite satisfied with the current result, and I just wanted to let you know that this regrind brings a difference to this nib. Honestly, I like this fountain pen, and I mentioned all the things I didn't like so much about it, like it's lightweight, it could become a little bit more girthy, the clip should work a little bit better, and the best thing is this magnetic clip. It's fantastic. I love it. So give you another that's the Sheaffer Legacy. And this is the reworked Hong Dian A10, the original F-nib. Quite good, I think. So, if you do a little bit tinkering and grinding by yourself, carefully, you can really make your nibs more smooth, get a little bit more flair to your handwriting. Just try it. And in the beginning, just start slowly with sandpaper, 8,000, 7, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 grit. You can also use a knife sharpener, a real stone. I do that as well, and really the results are quite satisfying. So I hope you enjoyed this video as well as I enjoyed the my Sheaffer Legacy. So don't get me wrong, this is not an influencer video. This is just a video showing that Sheaffer seems to be really back. Good quality, good nibs, smooth nibs, well processed. Yeah, but unfortunately expensive. So, take care. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy your fountain pens wherever you are. Bye bye.